And now we are down to our last lesson for this semester, and dahil dyan ako ay nakasuot ng tadyong Mindanaoan inspired attire dahil nga last lesson na natin. Yes! Okay, for this lesson, I'm going to discuss to you Rizal's heroism, the nation, and the world. So just like the other lesson, it has 3 sections. And yun nga, first ay yung his life in exile. Okay, so in his life in exile, I'm going to give an account of Rizal's life when he was captured and exiled by the Spanish authorities. And of course, here in this module, I'm going to discuss to you how greatness of Rizal continues to live in the present. And yun nga, sa section 2, the trial and execution, which focuses on the details of Rizal's eventual death. And in the last section is the transcendental hero, which highlights the impact of Rizal in the Philippine society. So, let's start in the first section, Rizal's life in exile. Okay, so this section, we're going to focus on the life of Jose Rizal while exiled in Dapitan, and it narrates how Rizal, as an ilustrado, perceives the nation through his experience with the cultural minorities and a display of his unrelenting nationalism. Of course, this section will show us how Rizal valued life and his country. Yon. So we all know that the life of Jose Rizal has been narrated and talked about his in countless academic works from his early childhood up to his life abroad. However, his experience as an exile in Dapitan is often overlooked. Why? Because when he returned to Manila on June 26, 1892, he was already declared as an enemy of the state because of his novels. His every move was monitored by the Spanish authorities, searching all houses he frequented and interrogating the people he knew. And despite this, on July 3, 1892, Rizal and his friends were still able to establish La Liga Filipina. So the group's safe house was the house of Doroteo Onjunco, located in Tondo, Manila. So yan, si Doroteo Onjunco. Yan. The La Liga Filipina is a social reformist group advocating social reforms through legal means and was considered a threat by the Spanish authorities, which led to Rizal's arrest on July 6, 1892. Then Governor General Julio Despujol ordered the arrest as a political move to appease the friars. He publicized in Gaceta de Manila that the grounds for Rizal's arrest were his anti-Catholic and anti-friar stance, which manifested in his writings. Okay, and of course, after his arrest, Rizal was deported in Dapitan, a province in Zamboanga, a place far from his family and friends, so that the communication with them would be difficult. Further, the Spanish authorities believed that sending Rizal to Dapitan would make his life miserable. However, Rizal proved them wrong. In fact, being an exile was considered a very fruitful episode of his life. Trivia lang, during exile si Rizal sa Dapitan, he won in a lottery, and kalahati ng kanyang napanalunan ay ibinili niya ng lupa na kanyang pinagsasakahan sa Dapitan, at ang kalahati naman ay pinadala sa kanyang ama. Okay? Yan. So, while in Dapitan, he focused on serving the people and society through his civic works, medical practices, agricultural projects, and education. And he also devoted his time to improving his artistic and literary skills. Diba? May mga habang na-exile si Rizal sa Dapitan, nakapag-produce pa sa mga poems. And of course, however, Rizal did not forget what he liked doing most: writing letters to his friends in Europe, especially to Ferdinand Blumentritt and Reinhold Rost. Okay, so Rizal also became more interested in studying the lifestyle, the values, and beliefs of the cultural minorities. Since he was living within their community, he realized that they should not be excluded from the narrative of the Philippine society. In his day-to-day interactions with them, Rizal understood that they were important in the information of national consciousness. Okay, so in the course of his exile, the Spanish authorities offered pardon him if he would retract the proclamations against the church. Rizal did not yield. He was still very vocal in his contempt toward the practices of the Catholic Church. Jesuit priests put in a lot of effort so that Rizal would perform religious rites and submit himself to confession. Well, he engaged in scholarly debates about religion with Fray Pablo Pastels, the superior of the Jesuit mission in the Philippines. And of course, this exchange of heated arguments further revealed that the anti-church Rizal, his disdain for the abuse committed by the friars. Just like the previous attempts of other friars, Fray Pastels tried his best to make Rizal reconsider his stance against the church, but it was all in vain. Okay? So it was during his exile that Rizal met Josephine Bracken. And of course, we all know Bracken accompanied her blind foster father, George Toffer, who came to seek Rizal's help about his cataract. And of course, Rizal and Bracken instantly fell in love. And of course, sino makakalimot kay Dr. Pio Valenzuela, who sent as an emissary by Andres Bonifacio, the leader of the Katipunan back then, to seek Rizal's opinion and approval of an armed rebellion against the Spanish authorities. Rizal was outrightly opposed to the idea of an armed rebellion because for him, the Filipinos did not need to wage a bloody revolution to gain independence. He believed that the Filipinos were not yet united and fully educated, and that the Katipunan lacked the machinery to defeat the Spaniards. So, as you can still remember, the film I told you to watch, so siya yun, at saka yung iba pang mga ating diniscuss sa previous slides ay present dun sa film, and I'm sure that you can still remember them. So that's section 1.